So I wanted to talk to you guys today about a new concept I'm coming up with a little bit. And it's something that I want to tell you I haven't scientifically experimented with, meaning I haven't hooked up our EMG machines to it and all that yet. And I will. And at that point, we will have undisputable evidence of the benefit of this. But let me just explain to you conceptually what it is and what I call it. I call it pre-ground contact acceleration. So what does that mean? Well, pre-ground contact acceleration means that the moments before you touch the ground to jump, you accelerate into the ground. And some people are saying, well, isn't that what you do? Well, let's explain the difference. For example, if this is your foot and it's coming down to touch the ground. Many people hit the ground and then explode after they hit the ground. Well, as we know, the more force and acceleration we can send into the ground, the more force and acceleration that will go into our jump. So basically, the force we pound into the ground is the force that sends us skyward. So if you can use your acceleration before you hit the ground to increase the accelerative properties of the muscle, you're going to get more force pressing into the ground. So this kind of falls under jumping technique. And again, I call it pre-ground contact acceleration, pre-GCT acceleration. So the way it works is right before you hit the ground, not like this, like this, bam! So right before you hit the ground, you're getting as much acceleration and velocity down into the ground as you possibly can. And so what I'm going to end up doing is strapping on the EMGs and seeing what it does to muscle activation and what it does to jump height. However, anecdotally, meaning like in my experience, using this has helped me to get a little bit more punch and a little more pop, especially plyometrically. For example, if you hit the ground, it's going to be hard for your muscles to reach higher velocity because you're pushing. So it's going to be more of a power event. But if you're accelerating and slapping into the ground, powering into the ground, you're going to get a greater plyometric response. And the faster the plyometric response, it increases, I wouldn't say exponentially, but it increases the power output from the natural spring back of your tendons. You see, your tendons store elastic energy. But that elastic energy isn't like a rubber band. For example, you pull a rubber band and that elastic energy is stored basically until you let the rubber band go. The muscles and tendons work a little bit differently. The elasticity is stored more temporarily. For example, if you stretch a muscle and then you keep it stretched, the stored elasticity will dissipate. So the faster you can pound and the faster you can explode, the more you will take use of that stored elasticity. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know. And again, this is fairly preliminary and mostly based on my experience with myself and a few other athletes. So more research will go into that, but give it a try and let me know what you think. Got questions? Tried it out? Had an experience? Post that shizzle. By the way, I'm here in Bali, Indonesia. So if you're around, I found a basketball hoop. It's the only basketball hoop I could find in front of a rib place randomly. So anyways, if you're around, you want to hoop, want to throw some dunks down, hit me up. Talk to you guys.